What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. This one is a very quick one. I received a question from one of my subscribers where they were asking the difference between an undergraduate degree, a postgraduate degree, honors, PGDA, CCA, and just getting it all a little bit confused. And I clarified for her specifically, but I'm answering this question in a video in case some of you guys have the same question. So some of the things are generic, what is an undergraduate degree and so forth, but I will also be speaking specifically with regards to the chartered accountancy route in South Africa. So your first level of study straight after matric, it's a 3-year degree. It's called your undergraduate degree. It's your first degree basically after high school. That's your undergraduate degree, and with that degree you can go and apply at different companies and possibly get a job. It's a very good degree. So the degrees differ. It can be a degree that is certified by SAICA, which means it can help you get to the chartered accountancy route if you continue doing the follow-on steps. And then there are accountancy degrees that are good, you can get a job, but they're not necessarily accredited by SAICA. So even if you complete that degree, you cannot continue to be a chartered accountant without maybe having to do a bridging course to get you back into the chartered accountancy sphere. So that's the difference between the different accountancy degrees. Different universities will call them different things. Some call them BCom accounting, especially the one that is not the chartered accountancy route, and some of them will call it Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. That's usually the one that is accredited by SAICA. But don't go on the name, just make sure you go to the SAICA website, www.saica.org.za, if I'm not mistaken. I'll also just put it here at the bottom of the screen so you know their website. Go there, or in the description box as well. So go there and check if your particular degree is accredited or not, because you don't want to be studying thinking you're studying towards being a chartered accountant, and you are doing a general degree that is not going to get you there. So once you're done with your accounting degree, there's something called a postgraduate degree. So your first level of postgraduate degree, some institutions call it postgraduate diploma in accountancy, some call it honors in accounting, but it's basically your first postgraduate degree. And that first postgraduate degree is the one that when you are doing it with the chartered accountancy route, it is attached to something called CTA. So when you get that accredited postgraduate degree or honors degree, it is the equivalent of getting a certificate called CTA, and CTA stands for Certificate in the Theory of Accounting. So it means here we are certifying you that you know the theory of accounting. That's why I always say, guys, this is just an aside now, I always say, if you say, oh, I want to be a chartered accountant because I love numbers, guys, the qualification you get is certified in the theory of accounting. So there's a lot of theory in your CTA year and even in the undergraduate degree. So they want you to really understand and really think things through. It's not just plus minus. It's definitely not about numbers, not about maths, but it's about your thinking, the theory behind the accounting and how transactions are treated. So once you have then your postgraduate degree, your first postgraduate degree, then that certificate in the theory of accounting that is attached to it, it's purely because that one is certified by SAICA. That degree or honors degree or postgraduate diploma or PGDA as others would call it, that then enables you to gain entry into the SAICA exams. So those are the board exams now. You're no longer dealing with your university, but it's independent SAICA set exams that are written across the board by everyone from different universities. So this then sets the standard across the profession, so that you don't get someone who's from UJ thinking they're the bomb and someone from Wits thinking we're the bomb. No, this the board exams just make sure that the standard is consistent countrywide or worldwide, because you can actually write it from different locations. Then you write your board 1 in your first year, usually in January, and if you don't make it the first time, you can attempt it again in June, and so forth and so forth. You you repeat. So there's also then board 2, and board 2 is usually written towards the end of your second year of training, where now you are writing board 2, which is more of a professional competence exam. So now they're testing you and giving you scenarios in the workplace and asking you, what would you do? So that's then the board exams. And then after you pass that test, a lot of you guys have been sharing in social media. It's so good to see on LinkedIn your SMSs or that screenshot that you've passed your APC. Congratulations, guys. So with board 2, the second board exam, it's actually called APC, which is your assessment of professional competence. As I mentioned, they are testing how competent are you professionally. They want to see how well you draft emails, how well you draft responses, and how obviously you deal with real life workplace scenarios. So the first one is called the initial test of competence. That's board 1. And the initial test of competence is basically the bar setter saying you passed your honors right there in November, December. In January, we're testing and making sure that you know everything or that your knowledge is to the level that we want and expect it to be. Not just you from that institution, but everyone from all institutions, which then allows you then to know that, okay, I'm of the standard. Then you practice getting your professional competence. Then towards the tail end of your second year, that's when then you do your assessment of professional competence, because now you know the theory. We certain you know the theory in accounting. You are competent. We tested you with the first board exam, the ITC, but now we want to see, are you professionally competent now, because you need to represent the profession when you go out there. Then that's the board 2. So, and then your final year, you just finish your hours, because you need to get all the hours throughout your 3 years to make sure that you qualify to be a chartered accountant. So that then is the route. That's the difference between your honors and your postgraduate degree. So your honors and postgraduate degrees really is the difference in how different universities call it, but it's basically the same thing. And even CTA, it's basically a psycha term that they give to that qualification that you have that is certified in the theory of accounting, because it means in the theory of accounting, because it means it's certified by them, that honors or PGDA that you may have done. So it's attached to your degree. It's not something separate where you say, here's my CTA certificate, here's my honors certificate, or here's my PGDA certificate, here's my CTA certificate. They are completely the same thing. It's just the accreditation that gives you that CTA name. So those are really the different levels or stages of the chartered accountancy journey, and it gets tougher as the years progress. So people fall off at different stages. So the follow-on question that I received from my subby was, oh good, so I can just go with my degree and find a job? And I said, yes, definitely you can go with your degree and find a job, but you must be cognizant of the fact that usually when they post for jobs, they'll say they want someone who's a qualified chartered accountant or someone who has done those articles. And in order obviously to even qualify to do those articles, you need to at least have the degree. You need to have attempted usually your CTA. So if you think about how long and how many steps are there, the honors, the ITC, the APC, the actual articles themselves, these people are that many levels of learning, if I can call it, above you who just has the degree. So that's why I told my subby that you can go and find a job, and you probably will find a job, but these people who have gone this a step further, even if it's not to the end of being a qualified chartered accountant, will probably have an advantage over you in the workplace. So they might get promotions easier than you or quicker than you. They might just get preference at work because they recognize the efforts that they've made within this route. So with anything, my belief is to give it your best shot and to try to be the best. And if you are not the best, I'm probably not the best CA in the world, but I'm giving it my best shot. So I just wouldn't advise anyone to say no, just do the bare minimum and then go to the workplace. But if you don't have the resources obviously to continue your studies, you can go to the workplace. But I think it's good to give yourself that shot of, let me try my honors, let me try to do my board exams and just see how far I get. That is if you are already in the accounting field, because it just makes sense that whatever field you're in, try to get to the top. It would be, for example, for me, if I equate it to soccer, there's the first division, or the national first division, then there's the Premier League. If someone's like, if I play in the first division, I'm still, or it used to be called Vela League, you can't say, I'm still a professional player, right, so I can just play there. Yes, you can, but it makes sense to try to get to the PSL if you can, because that's the higher rank and most recognized league in the country. Obviously you can play for your local division, whatever, but if you can push it to playing for the national team, why not? So for me, it's just one of those things. That's why I would say, if you have the resources and you can do it, then do it. And also one other thing to note, guys, is that if you don't make it the psycha route, there are so many other options. Please let me know if you want me to do a video on this. There's CIMA, there's AGSA, there's ACCA. There are so many other professional qualifications that are also well recognized, so you don't only have to go the psycha route. And if you need more information on that, just let me know and I can do a video on what are the other options. And besides now the professional qualifications, basically when you finish your degree, you major in 4 subjects. These are auditing, financial management, accounting, and taxation. And usually universities offer different honors degrees in all 4 of these, so you can maybe go do your honors in internal audit or in audit. Some things you can do honors in taxation, you can do honors in financial management and go the CIMA route. So there's just so much. It doesn't all have to bottle down to the psycha accredited CTA route. So if you do your undergraduate degree and you find what you like in these 4 modules, then you can pursue one of those and be a specialist and enjoy your life and still be successful and prosperous in your career. So, but I would say, if you can avoid doing the bare minimum, which is maybe just a diploma or just a degree, then go as far as you can, knowing that you've given it your best shot, because unemployment is rough, the workplace is competitive, and you do want to advance in your career probably. So give yourself the best shot while you can, if you can. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.